What you just heard is the in progress work of an original song that I'm writing. It does not have a title. I have only written the introduction and the melody of the first verse. I have written the lyrics of the first verse, and I'm working on the lyrics for the second verse. Melodically speaking, the second verse will sound the same as the first, but I'm still working on the lyrics. Um, then of course I've got to write the chorus and the bridge and all that stuff. And I, honest to God, owe my piano playing and all to Johnny Depp. It's just, I just do, and I don't say that to like mention him or whatever. It's for real. And I've mentioned this in another video of mine where back when COVID first started and he came on social media, on Instagram, and he was talking about, what you should do with the time that you're in lockdown and whatever, and everybody was, keeping to themselves. And, he said that if you wanted to play an instrument, play. If you didn't know how, learn. Now, a few years ago, I bought a keyboard. I was trying to teach myself how to play, but I had a very critical boyfriend at the time, who had a band, and he, played and thought he knew it all, And so he was very, very critical of me, and which made me not want to learn. So I gave it up. When I saw that video that Johnny Depp did, saying if you want to learn, if you don't know how to play, play. Then you talk about making different sounds and then looping those sounds together. And so I started teaching myself. I did take some courses with Berkeley's online music college. I am not enrolled with them this semester. But I continue to teach myself. I continue to take lessons off of YouTube and whatever. And I took some music theory, which I'm not a fan of, but it is. I don't have a lot of time for this anymore, unfortunately, because my daycare is open again. But I come in here and I've got a book of songs, as I learn, and then I try to teach myself more. I've got the charts on the wall, and I don't know if I can move this thing to show you. See, Elvis, oh, I love Elvis. See, he's going to come off and I don't know if you can see it, that big poster in the corner there, that's Johnny Depp playing the piano. And I keep that there for inspiration to remind me of what he said on his Instagram post. And here in front of me, I've got, the chords and the roots, the scales, and then I have, reading sheet music and all of that in front of me here. And so, yeah. So thank you, Johnny Depp, for that very inspirational message on your Instagram. Like I said, I've said this before, and I don't say it just to mention him, but seriously, I mean, without having seen that, on his Instagram, without me having seen that message, I probably would not be playing today, much less writing an original song. So yeah. That having been said, 5 minutes into this video already, let's talk a little bit about, I want to try to give you some positivity. So let's talk about what happens when the narcissist discards you. Let's talk about what you do now, because at first, even though you may kind of see it coming, more often than not, you've got your own blinders up, so you may not. So let's say the narcissist has discarded you. Now you're hurt. You're heartbroken. What now? It does not, when you break up with a normal person, eat a pint of ice cream, whatever, watch some movies, get over it, you're done with it, after a few days or a few weeks, you feel better. When you go through narcissistic abuse, your mind literally almost gets rewired, and you're coming out of this haze and this fog, and they've broken up with you, or they've left you, or they've whatever, and you're left looking back on everything that transpired over the last years or however long you were with them, going, God, none of it was effing real, and you literally are left with this, like, what just happened? And then you start doubting yourself, like, how could I not? I'm smarter than that. How could I not see all of that? And the thing is, because they are so good, they will put on a mask depending on who they're trying to manipulate. They become who they're trying to manipulate. And that being said, I believe this is exactly what Amber Heard did with Johnny Depp. I believe she scoped him out from the get-go. That's my opinion. I think she saw an opportunity, and he was a product of that opportunity, sadly. I've said this before. I didn't even know who she was before him. And so, I've spoken with many people who have said the same thing. So she saw an opportunity to get her name out there, to create opportunities for herself. And it did. If anything, he made her, what she has now. I don't think she wouldn't be in Aquaman or whatever. She wouldn't be in any of these movies. I don't think she would even have any of the recognition that she has now if it were not for Johnny Depp. So it's kind of effed up to me, that he has trouble now getting roles in with Hollywood. I won't say getting roles, but with Hollywood, and she is not having issues in her career. So that's really messed up. That's not what this video is about. What I want to say that they do from the very beginning, scope you out. They prey on the vulnerable, who they perceive as weak, someone they feel like they can manipulate. Now, this is a lot of credit to Johnny Depp and to yourself if you're someone that the narcissist grabbed onto and then discarded. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. If you're someone the narcissist grabbed onto, it's because they saw in you something that they wished that they could be, but can never be. They saw in you kindness. This means if a narcissist grabbed onto you, this says, what it says about you is that you're kind. You are caring. You're an empathetic individual. If they discarded you, what it says is that you're too strong for them. You're too smart for them. So the very first thing I want you to realize is if you've been discarded by a narcissistic individual, be proud of yourself. As much as I know it hurts at first, be proud of yourself. Be happy that they left, because it means that you were too smart for them. You were too strong for them. And you saw through their mask. Their mask was slipping. You pulled it off, exposed them for everything that they are. I did the same thing with my ex-narcissist that JD is doing with AH. I literally exposed him because I didn't want anyone else to be taken in by him, And and unfortunately, there's, they can be so good at it that still some people won't see it. They're so good at their smear campaign that and also it depends on what they're getting from the narcissist, whether or not they'll believe them or not. If someone is dependent on the narcissist financially, especially, they'll continue to just go along with them. And I could do a whole nother video on why some people are helping AH Um, but that would be another video. And I don't really like to make videos like that, because giving them, even if it's negative attention, this is one reason why I do love, I see people complain that JD hasn't made another Instagram post. I see them saying, that he's not on social media a lot. I kind of applaud that. Well, I'm happy to see him speaking out for himself. Finally, he did speak out for himself during some of the awards. But I'm glad that he doesn't play the social media game the way that she does, because it would give her exactly what her narcissistic ego wants, and that's free narcissistic supply. That's a term that you guys can look up. It's feeding their ego. Even if it's bad, they don't care. It's feeding their ego. Oh my gosh, look what I've done to them. Look how I've hurt them. It makes them happy to hurt people. It truly, truly does. They don't feel any remorse, and any I'm sorry's or any remorse that you might see them express, it's not real. It's because the narcissist literally watches other people and imitates them, because they know that's how they're supposed to react. If they didn't, people would spot them right away. They would call them out really quick. Be like, what's wrong with that person? So they fake it. I mean, guys, I literally watched my mom deny. This is something that happened to us on a Christmas Eve when I was 15 years old. Literally, my mother, and I've told you guys, my mother's narcissistic, and she cheated on my dad all the time. And this woman's husband, this man confessed to his wife, and she was coming to shoot my mom. And my dad stood there, and he's like, asked my mom, was she cheating? And my mom twice denied it. Even though this woman was on her way to our house, she twice denied it to my dad. Finally, she breaks down, fake tears and all, confesses. And my dad goes up to this woman's house. He stares a 45 in the face. He says, look, I ain't got no beef with you, and she's like, I ain't got no beef with you either. And he's like, do what you want with, in my mom's name. So do what you want with her. But nobody's coming to my home with my girls there. So he comes back and takes us, and took my mom with us. But that's just the kind of person that my dad was. My dad's birthday's coming up October 18th. So you're going to, I get, but, I said that to say that the narcissist will fake an emotion to get what they want. At that time, my mom needed my dad's protection. She wanted him to take her with us. So all of a sudden, she's this remorseful person who was sorry. But look, the thing about being remorseful and saying you're sorry, it only means something if you quit doing the thing that is offensive. And my mother constantly cheated, over and over and over. I felt like we had to move every year because of it. So now staying in one place is so important to me, because I didn't get to when I was growing up. Having stability is so important to me that I fight for it, Anyways, that's another topic for another video as well. The things that the CPTSD that you go through when you've gone through narcissistic abuse. It puts you on very high alert. So let me try to get back on topic here real quick, because I'm jumping into a whole bunch of different subjects that are really meant for like whole videos in themselves. So if the narcissist has left you, what I can tell you is, for me, it's been almost 6 years later, 5.5 years, and I am strong. You do get strong. You do heal. It does take time. The way to do that, the narcissist left you, you're feeling bad, focus on you. This is the time to be selfish with yourself and with your life and with your time. This is the time to focus on yourself. Get into something that you enjoy doing. Watch movies you enjoy watching. Remember who you are. Get back to doing the things you like to do. That's, I started my prayer life again. I got close with God again. I started watching movies and things that I like to watch. I got to sleep with my fan on again. Oh, he hated that. Um, and I slept better. I realized after a little while that when I finally stopped crying, that I was sleeping better again. I was more comfortable because I was so scared to even freaking move in the bed with him. I literally walked on eggshells 24/7. That's a very bad sign. Um, I guess what I want you to come away from this video, because I don't want this to be too long, is the narcissist has messed you up in the head, and now they're gone. This is the best and quickest way to heal. And I promise you this, is to focus on you. Focus on building your life back up. What makes you happy? If you like music, get into music. If you want to play music, play music. And I'm going to tell you, like Johnny Depp said, if you don't know how, learn. It takes discipline. It takes practice, but learn. You can do it. Find out what foods you like again. What places do you like to go again? Enjoy yourself. Take time for yourself. And sometimes if you have to let other people in your life know that you need to take some time to yourself to be you, just let them know that's what you're doing. It's also might be a good idea to reconnect with people in your life that you have shut out ever since the narcissist came in. Because they'll make you think that they're all you need, and then you somehow start shutting people out without really meaning to. So reconnect with family, reconnect with friends that mean something to you. And that's how you heal. Focus on you. I'm a Christian, so I focused on my relationship with God. I reconnected with family, reconnected with friends, reconnected with things I enjoy doing, concentrated on me, my life, my daycare. And I am the strongest I've ever been in my life, emotionally speaking. Probably a little too strong because I keep people at a, like I spot red flags and stuff real quick. And it's like I have this automatic narcissistic radar. I don't think so. Bye. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's not a bad thing. I mean, it's good to have a radar like that. I think mine's sensitive, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. And it protects me. And I would rather feel strong and feel protected and have all this self-love than to ever fall back into that black hole again. I will never allow that to happen to me again. And it actually, that situation, I've always been a very empathetic person anyways, but going through that actually made me more careful with other people's feelings, because I would never hurt someone's feelings on purpose anyways, but I'm extra careful, with them now. So I know you almost need like a seminar to explain a narcissist, because there's so many parts to them. Regarding Amber Heard, I definitely think she's narcissistic. I was really hoping that she would have to be mentally evaluated, because I would love for her to have a diagnosis of having a narcissistic personality disorder. Oh my God, I'd love to have that on the books. For me, when I just want to say this, too, real quick here to end this. What Johnny Depp was doing, he doesn't even realize it, I bet, but he is doing something huge. For everyone who's ever had to deal with a narcissist, they never, I would say they almost never have to pay for the things that they do to people. They almost never have to answer for their sins. He is giving strength to other narcissistic abuse survivors all over the world, which is what drew me to this in the first place and had me following it because I recognize the narcissistic nature of Amber Heard. And I was raised by a narcissistic mother, and gone through the narcissistic relationship thing myself. So I was like, definitely going to pay attention to this. And he's giving strength. What he's doing by not giving up and continuing to pursue this, he's giving strength to all of us. And when he wins in Virginia, that's going to be a win for all of us. I will probably bawl. I will probably break down crying when he wins, because that's going to be a win for narcissistic abuse survivors everywhere. And I wanted to say, real quick before I end this, I lost my train of thought for just a second, but I will be in Virginia. I will be there for the first week. It's set for several weeks, but I have my daycare to run, so. But I will be there for the first week. I don't know who's set to talk first or whatever. I don't think they're probably not going to let the public in. But I have my hotel. I'll be staying at the, it's a tall, what is it? Is it a Hilton? I think it's a Hilton. It's about 10 minutes from the courthouse. And so I'll be there for the first week. Like I said, I'm very shy. So, and I know there's going to be a lot of really big YouTubers. I know that Rob's Rules, I think he said he was going to be there. Darth News is going to be there. I'm sure Unbox is going to be there. I know that a lot of people are planning to be there. I don't know the dates they're planning to be there. They're really big YouTubers, and I'm nobody. Literally, look at my account. 18 people following me. Y'all don't know who I am. So, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there not as a YouTuber. I'm going to be there just to support Johnny Depp. I'll get some footage if I can, but I'm shy. This is a problem for me. I'm shy. I'm not, and I'll probably hate myself for the rest of my life for it, but I'll probably be, like in the background somewhere. And I'm going to purchase a really good camera so I can at least zoom in really nice and make it look like I'm up close, but I'll probably be all the way back at my car. But I'll tie my Justice for Johnny ribbon to my antenna and whatever. And I just want to be there for support. But yeah, I don't see myself being one of those who can scream and yell. And I've said that before, and it's just not me. I'm too shy for that. So, but anywho, JD could always come to my hotel and talk. Yeah, that's going to happen during my... Anyway, if you ever have any questions about narcissism or just want to talk, send me a message, send me an email. If you want to share your story with me, I'm happy to listen. I have wrote a book, Overcoming Narcissistic Abuse and Discard, and in it I talk about in much more detail some of the things that I went through and situations that I put myself in, going from starting with my divorce, up until what happened to me in 2016. So, but all the links to all of that is in the description box. You guys have a great day. I'm so glad it's Saturday. I slept so much. I think I fell asleep about 10 and I got up at like 8:37 and it felt like heaven. I'm going to take some of my sinuses are bothering me a little bit today. And you guys take care. God bless. I love you all. Thank you if you watched this entire thing. God bless you. I didn't mean for it to be this long. Talk to you soon.